Hello! Good cold December morning to you all and welcome to our channel. Last week, we started our ube surye, our Christmas ube surye, and we cooked ube halaya. So today, let's do ube halaya and cheese-filled pandesal. Welcome to our kitchen! Here are the ingredients. We will need 1 1/4 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of salt that we would put in our warm milk later, and we will have our yeast, a pack of active dry yeast, 2 cups of wheat flour, 2 cups of plain white flour or all-purpose flour or bread flour, half cup of sugar. You could put more or less depending to your taste. I have a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. I have 1 fresh egg. I have here 5 tablespoons of shortening. You have an option to replace it with butter if you want to make it healthier. And for our finishing touches, we have our ube halaya, breadcrumbs, and cheese. So first step is to add the 1 teaspoon of sugar to our milk, and we'll mix it until it melts, and then we will warm it in the microwave. Okay, let's put this in the microwave for less than a minute, maybe 45 seconds. Okay, our milk is now warm. I added 15 more seconds, so it's actually 1 minute. You want it not hot or cold, you want it really warm, so you just make sure it's good warm so your yeast will grow. We'll now add our yeast and we'll set this aside and place it in a dark place. We'll come back and check it maybe after 15 minutes. So our yeast preparation is ready. It has bubbles already, so it took about 10 to 15 minutes for the bubbles to start. It's ready when you see the bubbles. So now it's time to prepare the dough. Okay, so let's put all our ingredients together. You have an option to sift the flour. You also have an option to make it all just the white, not the wheat, or make it all wheat if you want it healthier. So you could, I mentioned, sift it so there's no, if you want to make it perfect. Pero after a while, we just end up not doing it kasi not much difference naman. So those are the 2 kinds of flour. Here's your sugar, the baking powder, and the salt. I'll put my shortening, and we could put the egg, and we could put the milk with yeast and a teaspoon of salt. So now we're just gonna have this be kneaded here in our mixer for 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll just help it a little bit, and you want to count your 15 to 20 minutes total when it's actually a dough already, kasi the more it's kneaded, the better your dough will be. And I've never used a bread machine and I've never seen one, so this is the only way we know how to do it, or pwede rin namang by hand, mano-mano. So let's continue having this mixer do the kneading for the remaining time. Or, as I mentioned, we'll count it 15 minutes, 15 to 20. So 20 minutes over, and looks like our dough is kneaded good already. So this is supposed to be ube pandesal, but we don't have purple food color, and we tried it with putting ube, but the color didn't turn out to be good. So we're just updating our pandesal recipe from our previous vlog. And also, I've learned that shortening makes your dough softer. I give credit to my friend Joanne. And also, this dough will wait in the oven. I'll show you later to make it rise better, especially now it's really cold. So this is our dough, and this is a greased bowl. You could put oil to grease it, or I use the remaining shortening, but I'll put this here, cover it with washcloth, and let's go move on to the oven, and I'll show you what I'm gonna be doing. So we're gonna preheat our oven to 170, which is the lowest. Then we'll turn it off and put our dough here. So our oven has reached 170. Don't forget to turn it off. We'll turn it off. We're not baking yet. And we're gonna put our dough there for an hour and a half to 2 hours to rise. So after 1.5 to 2 hours, it's time to check our dough. 2, 3. Ta-da! Yan, umalsa na yung dough. So it's ready to be portioned and we put the filling. Okay, so let's start making our final step. Okay, so let's cut our dough into our serving portions. I usually just would cut it in fours first. And then we have our weighing scale. And we want to make sure it's right. So you want around 250, this is grams. So yung iba, they would put flour, tsaka sila magkakat ng dough. Pero this is well kneaded na masa, so it's not as sticky as when, you know, yung basa. So I didn't use flour and I just used my hands. So I got our pan greased with butter. You could use oil or butter, pero butter would be good, or the shortening. So now we will have our ube halaya and our cheese inside our pandesal. So let's cut this into pieces. So ayan na, our cheese is ready, our halaya is here. This recipe napaka-special, and I've tried the store-bought na nakabote. It's too sweet. So this one is just perfect. So you could use a rolling pin or you could just use your hands. So I'll just use my hands. And I don't know if this is about a tablespoon of halaya. And don't forget, we have our breadcrumbs. So we roll it here. So we will cover this again and put it back inside the oven where it is dark and warm, and wait for maybe 15 to 20 minutes to let it grow again. We're gonna be preheating our oven to 375 because we're ready to bake. So our pandesal is done. So it's now time to try our pandesal. Thank you, Lord, for our pandesal. Ang sarap-sarap. It's really good to do it with your own made ube halaya. And the changes we made from a previous pandesal recipe, this is soft and better. So I hope you enjoyed our vlog today, and thank you for continuing to support us, liking and watching our videos. Please, if you haven't, like and subscribe. God bless. Bye.